What do we got here, John?
Dude, this thing's bananas.
Track tractor?
Yeah, track tractor.
So here we go, track tractor breakdown. What's up, bud?
Hey, how's it going?
All right, introduce yourself real quick.
My name is Cleet Norris. I work here at the track. I'm the starter, tech guy, media guy for the track, and also do some of the prepping at the track. Obviously, we put rubber down on the track for traction, and we also have a compound, VHT, PJ1, many other forms of traction compound that we spray onto the track. It provides maximum traction, bite for the cars to go down the track with the slick tires. And then we use the rotator to work the rubber into the track and the compound to provide maximum stickiness.
Nice. So step one, you were saying that you actually have to scrape old rubber off,
yes.
Right?
Yes, we do that almost, we do it once a year. We'll scrape the track completely, all the rubber off, apply new rubber, because rubber will get...
How do you scrape it off?
We use a blowtorch and a foot-wide metal scraper, and by hand.
What? You do it by hand?
Both lanes.
1,320 feet, 10 feet across.
Wow. How many people do that?
5 of us.
Oh.
How long does that take?
We did the entire track in 4 days.
What?
Wow.
Yep. Amazing.
That's crazy. Because we were saying this is probably one of the best. Maybe
Definitely locally.
Best.
I mean, John has driven most of the tracks here, including Pomona, which most people don't get to race on.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a really nice prep track.
It's really nice.
It's
Sure.
it's prepped
all
like,
the way.
all the way
Yeah,
to the
it's
end.
usually just the starting line's prep. We walked all the way out. It's all the way down.
It's nice.
So then this thing.
You guys pride yourself on that, right?
Yeah, we do.
I mean, if
we
you're
have the best track on the West Coast, and we pride ourselves in having that.
If you're hand scraping the track, like you've got pride in it. You know, like that's not something you do if like your track sucks and you're like, whatever, I don't care. Like that's pride in your track.
We are one of the oldest tracks on the West Coast. We've been running a race, the March Meet, since 1959.
Wow.
So,
Wow.
Sick.
Over 60 years. This started running around 1953, but before that, it was
53,
World
so that was Flathead era only.
Yeah.
And this is also a World War II landing base. Is what it
Ah,
originally was. Airstrip. You know, this is actually it's called the patch because it was actually originally a mile square of asphalt.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's
So
history.
what is this machine? Because this thing is
Yeah, we'll start at the front.
so cool.
Yeah, this is the rotator. It's the brush on the front. Brushes all the rocks, pebbles, loose rubber, parts, anything off the track.
Where does it go? Does it collect them?
No, it just flings it to the side, and then we have another.
So does this rotate forward or
Rotates forward. We
to
can
kick
yeah,
it up?
It kicks it up and out. Yeah, we can also angle it too. Pitch it at any angle, left
Right,
or
so
right.
just like a plow front.
Just a plow front. And then
this is driven hydraulically.
yes, it's hydraulically
Driven on
driven.
a hydraulic pump.
Yep, off of the crank. There's a hydraulic pump on the crank, and then the rubber it counter rotates.
Yeah,
in the back.
we gotta
But-
look at this.
Before we get to that though, what tires are those on the actual tractor themselves?
Those are like turf saver tires. They're called golf course tires.
Oh, it's like golf course
Yeah,
tires.
they're golf course tires.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, it doesn't look like your traditional tractor tire.
Badass kingpin front end.
No, they're such a golf course.
So
tire.
this is such a crazy thing. So
Yeah.
this is basically a V-drive, right? So like you'd find on a boat. So this reverses the rotation from the output of the differential so that now this differential spins the opposite way.
By the way, I think if you live on a farm, this is probably pretty normal, this stuff here. I think this stuff is
right.
the stuff that's weirder, but yeah, sure, let's explain that to people who don't live on a farm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was like, yeah, it's
You
like
got a
boat.
farm hat on,
It's
but...
like a boat, you know, something. So this is a old BMX sprocket from 1994.
That's a GT disc, looks like a 44 tooth, yeah?
ECS claws,
Yeah,
freewheel.
Yeah.
Nice
Suntour, I think,
That's
actually.
a 9-inch Ford out of a top alcohol dragster, just flipped upside down. Right. So it spins the opposite direction. You know.
This is like a
Yeah, this is
40
a Mark
spline
Williams.
input.
This is a Mark Williams version out of a top alcohol dragster.
Sick. So now
just
these.
put a fill on the other side, or use the drain as
The drain
fill.
is the
Drain is the
Yeah.
fill.
And then what are these? These
These
are.
are slicks off of a top fuel, funny car dragster.
So these are rotating the other way,
rotate the other way.
so they fight you as you're pulling them down.
How often do you change these?
We change them about every other race or so. Whenever the tires start showing cords.
What is that? Okay, so this is corded.
This is pulling some of the rubber off. This tire actually needs a little more air in it. But no, that's essentially when they start showing cords is when we change them out.
And what exactly does this, explain exactly what this is for, why you do it?
This adds rubber to the racetrack.
Okay.
Is what it does. It adds, the blackness on the track is rubber on the track. And this adds more traction for the slicks to adhere to on the race cars.
crazy.
You know what I just realized? They basically built a burnout machine
That's exactly-
behind the tractor.
Well, you know what?
Can you make this thing stand still and do a burnout for us real quick?
No, I won't do that, but we'll get the tires smoking if we do it long enough.
Long enough?
Smoking.
Oh, hell
We've
yeah.
always talked about building like 2 front-wheel drive cars and welding them together so that they could do burnouts in opposite directions. And this is sort of that.
Pretty much the same concept, except we were building it for no reason, and these guys built it for a good reason.
Well, we were thought starters. You know?
Yeah. We were still at the beginning of the idea. Maybe that's what we get. Maybe that's our business, and we sell them to drag strips. And way more fun to drive.
Oh yeah.
So what? In addition to this, what other tools do you guys use?
We
So
have a static drag. It's the red tractor over there. It's just tires cut, with all the center out, and just essentially drag the rubber across the track.
okay.
So this is our spray rig. It has the VHT, which is the glue, the traction compound inside of it. It's ran by an air compressor, pressurizes the tank. We have hydraulic controls, electronic controls on that, lowers the arms down. We can do the whole track in one pass with the spray. Just pull it behind a quad, we have switches up there in front. And then we have 2 tanks on there. One of them has just straight methanol on it, and that uses to clean out everything.
Oh, okay. So what's the order in which you do everything?
Or do we do anything in the morning? We wash the track, clean it,
Okay.
get all the dirt and stuff, because we're out in the middle of nowhere. It's
Right.
dusty out here.
So the washing is a mix of
Washing is
the
some-
sweeper there,
Sweep,
the pull behind rug,
this carpet, the
Yeah.
little Zamboni. We'll just
and the
wash it.
Zamboni, right?
Wash it all clean. Then we'll start dragging it with the static drag. Get it, get the little rubber heat into it. Then we'll drag it with the rotator. Then we'll spray it, and then to seat the glue in, we'll run the rotator back over it to get a hazy look to it. Sometimes if you want it to, there's different looks on the track. You see it like glossy. And sometimes some cars like that. It depends on what car's running. Wants like either a glossy look or the hazy look. The hazy look is the best for big slick cars, like Top Fuel, any funny cars, anything like that. They want that haziness on the track. The radial cars want that glossiness. That's the maximum traction they can get.
Is there a particular like time of day or temperature that's like preferred for like a perfect prep?
Yeah, it's usually, early morning. Right now, we're out here, it's 100 degrees. Track temp's probably 120, 125. That's pushing it right there. A little bit hotter, and cars will start, it's tough to get traction, but you can dial your car in to get it down this track. But, it's mainly early mornings. Colder temperatures is the best time for major traction and speed out of a drag strip. Any drag strip, really.
And if you guys have like a massive oil spill, how long is that cleanup for you guys?
It depends on like the oil, what type of oil is used, but I mean, we can get it done in 20 minutes, clean up and everything. With our whole crew.
What's the
here,
worst kind of spill? Like what's the, oh shit, I can't believe that just happened, that sucks?
Synthetic oil, you have to burn it off.
So do you have something for that as
We have
well?
blow torches, yeah. There's
Just
a lot
hand-
of,
just
yeah,
hand?
hand blow torches. We'll do the scrubber with the Simple Green, the solution in there. It's a mix of a bunch of stuff. We'll do that, scrape it up, and then we'll burn it off. And that gets the synthetic off there. That's the worst thing is synthetic, though. Anything synthetic oils.
And I guess since it never rains here, you don't have like a jet dryer.
No, we don't have a jet dryer.
That's like an Englishtown thing.
Jet dryer?
Yeah, Englishtown has a jet.
Yeah.
Has an actual jet that used to shoot, and they would.
They've been spraying water on the burnout box, and literally by the time the car is at the end, it is gone. It is completely
But I'm saying on the East Coast, that's the thing. So got that thing. Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Appreciate the education.
Take care.